Hello, everyone. Yesterday, I started a new week in duels. I think I played pretty good. I won two out of the three games that I played. I ended on a one-game winning streak. And the goal for this week is hopefully going to rise up in the rankings. I'd love to be able to finish in maybe the top half of this division. Off screen, I've been practicing quite a bit. I've been trying to study a little bit more, and I think that I'm seeing the game a little bit better than I was last week. So I'm going to get into it. I'm going to hope that I keep playing well, and we'll see how I do. Okay, and we got an opponent. I'm gonna wait for good luck. Okay, this is Chile. I saw the .cl. I'm gonna go kind of more north on this one. Other player kind of goes the same region and was closer to Santiago. They're gonna do some damage to me. Okay, right away, I think this probably is gonna be Mexico. Not really sure where. I do see this like kind of thicker sign over here. Yeah, I'm gonna plop the pin over here in Mexico, kind of closer to Mexico City. The other player goes in Brazil, and it was closer to Mexico City, so that's going to do a ton of damage to this opponent. Okay. Someone's in the north. I'm going to go Indonesia here. I don't have a lot of time to guess. The other player goes in Bangladesh. Good guess, though, with the rice fields, but that's enough to knock this player out of the game. So very quick game to start off. Very quick victory. Rises up a little bit to 848 on the ELO. So not too bad on that one. Quick game, but nevertheless, it does extend the winning streak on to two games here. Feeling all right. I'm going to get into another one. Okay, got a good looking opponent here. Wait for good luck. Okay, right away, this ought to be Australia. Still bad at region guessing in Australia. I think the best thing is usually just plopping it down this way closer to Sydney. Okay, the other player kind of goes in the same area, and it was in Queensland. Gonna do some damage there. Okay. I mean, Southeast Asia for sure. Quality of the camera is not that good. I'm thinking this could be like an India round, but I can't tell. I mean, what options do I have? I mean, India might be a thing. I wouldn't expect India to look like this, but huh. It could be over here, maybe. Philippines, Indonesia. It's also very hazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go and kind of hope for the best on this one. The other player kind of goes in Bangladesh, and it was Indonesia. Okay, yeah, that was a possibility. Kind of anyone's guess at that point, though. So, oh well. On to the next one. Didn't do too much damage to me. This one is definitely India, though. At least it ought to be. I mean, that pole was Indian, and got to think of a region to go here. Not familiar with this car meta. Kind of looks dry and such. Perhaps up this way. The player does the same thing, and it was further south, doing some damage again. This is definitely Ghana. Oh, that's the wrong country. I see the Ghana car here. Looks kind of green. I'm just going to plop the pin here in Ghana. Other player does the same. Northwestern corner of the country. Okay, getting into the multipliers, it's still anybody's game. Right away, we're in Japan. Jeez. Where am I going? I'll just plonk it in the middle. Probably the best bet. The other player does exactly the same thing. Okay, and it was once again slightly closer. Driving on the left. Leads me to believe this is probably Japan again. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Other player goes in south of Japan, and it was kind of split the difference on that one, but doing damage. I hate these city ones. Rouchavon. Okay, so we ought to be in France. I don't know, is it Paris? Terrible with my French city knowledge. I'm just going to plop the thing in Paris then and see what happens. Yep, he does the same. It's Lyon. We're not getting too much help on really anything over here. I don't know what language that is. Liga. Okay, that's a Spanish sounding word. Is this perhaps Spain? Trying to read that. I think we're both stumped on this one for sure. The player has placed their pin. I'm going to go Romania here because it kind of looks like it's a Romance language. It kind of doesn't. Let's see. Other player goes in Germany. Yeah, okay, they got a much better guy. That's going to kick me out of the game for sure. Oh, wow, okay, no, it's not. Okay, blunder there. I didn't recognize the language at all. Good guess. The German getting Germany. Tatsen. We got another potentially German round here. Although I am getting some low cam vibes off of this one. In which case it could be Switzerland. The Ukrainian flags. That is clearly German. I guess my problem here is that I mean, it could be Germany, but I mean, I feel like this is more low cam. At least I'm feeling it that way, and therefore I'm leaning more towards Switzerland on this one. Uh, is it Zurich? Is it Bern? I don't know. I'm just going to place the pin here and kind of hope for the best. I don't really have a whole lot of points to spare here, but I got to place the pin someplace. The other player goes in Germany, and it was, yeah, Germany. They got it right away. They know where they are in the world. Very good game. Losing that one to a more highly ranked opponent. Doesn't kill me too much on the points. I'm going to go ahead and play another game here. Okay, we got an opponent after a short wait there. Again, more highly rated than me. This one feels more north. What is this? Potentially a Brazilian pole. Let's see. The other player also does Brazil. Okay. I think it'll do a little bit of damage there. So it's also more north. The sign kind of reminds me more of like the Americas. I see black back is on the signs here. This could be maybe Argentina. Well, the player goes more in the south of Argentina. It's way south Argentina. Okay, that's going to do a little bit of damage to me. Okay, this should be like a Russia. Go in the middle. The player goes more east. Okay, yeah, I should have placed that a little bit more to the east. Russia's extremely difficult, though. We're driving on the left. Appears to be Arabic. I would think this has got to be Jordan then. Yeah, I think that's really the only bet here. The player goes in West Bank. Okay, it was Jordan, so I was closer that time, doing a tiny, tiny bit of damage. Into the multipliers. Sun appears to be in the north. Yeah, definitely north-northwest. Landscape like this. Kind of stuck on this one. I gotta go like Indo. The other player goes in Brazil. Ha! Okay, yeah, that was a killer. Okay, it was Brazil. I kind of thought that for a second with the blue car, but I wasn't too sure. I do see a flag up there. I'm not sure what it was. Is that like Malta, maybe? Where is Malta? Let me try it out. The other player also goes in Malta and found it almost exactly, doing a tiny chunk of damage there. Sun appears to be north. Spanish. Could be Colombia or Ecuador, perhaps. I do feel like that sun is more north. I go Colombia, the other player goes in Ecuador, and it was Ecuador that time. Okay, so doing a chunk of damage. I am holding on here. Okay, looks like we got like Indian script. One of the Indian scripts. Which of the languages is this? I think thinking like Punjab. I saw one of the characters that kind of reminded me of that. The other player goes further south, and it was further south. I should have kicked me out of the game now. Okay, good game. Didn't do too well on that one. I'm gonna slide in the rankings a little bit, and I'm pretty much back to where I started. So I won one, I lost two. I don't think I played terrible in either of the games, any of the games that I played really. But I think that's really all I have for today. I will be back tomorrow with more duels.